The King of the world has come. And in Zechariah chapter 9, verses 9 through 10, we're going to discover 5 reasons why we celebrate. So what are those 5 reasons? First, we celebrate his arrival with joy. Second, we celebrate that we belong to the King. Third, we celebrate God's character. 4, we celebrate God's saving mission. 5, we celebrate Christ's universal reign. So first let's look at why we celebrate his arrival with joy. In verse 9 we see that it says, "Rejoice greatly, daughter Zion. Shout, daughter Jerusalem. See, your king comes to you." So why can we rejoice at the king's arrival? First, because he promotes the rights of all human beings and brings justice to all. And we can rejoice in that. We can celebrate because the Jewish people were expecting the king to come. They were expecting this one who would bring justice and righteousness to all. So when he arrives, we celebrate. And we also celebrate because he is greater than our struggles and brings deliverance to us. In other words, the Jewish people were oppressed at this point in time. They were under persecution, and they were looking forward to the day the Messiah would come and deliver them, and they were anticipating that day with great joy. And so in verse 9 it says, "Rejoice greatly, shout, because the Savior has come." A second reason we celebrate is that we belong to the King. If you'll notice in the second part of verse 9, it says, "See, your King comes to you, righteousness and victorious." So there's this personal possession, your King. He belongs to us, and we belong to him. He alone made us. He alone has the absolute right to rule over us because he is the one, he is our creator, he is our ruler, and he alone can remove sin and heal our souls. A third reason we celebrate is because of his character. God is exceptionally good to us. He is gracious and far better to us than what we deserve. He is also righteous. Notice what it says there in the second part of verse 9. "See, your king comes to you, righteous and victorious." So he is just to everyone, to all the universe. He displays right things and justice to all. And if you notice in the last part of verse 9, it says, "Lowly and riding on a donkey, on a colt." You know, he didn't come with pomp and circumstance. He comes on a lowly donkey, on a colt, showing that he is a humble king and worthy of being followed. A fourth reason we can celebrate is his saving mission. If you'll notice there in verse 10, it says, "I will take away the chariots from Ephraim, and the war horses from Jerusalem, and the battle bow will be broken." In other words, he is going to provide salvation. He is going to provide deliverance to people who have been captive. And we are captive, and we are required to be free, and to be free from our captivity. We are required to know him, to know the Messiah, to know Jesus Christ, and to know him so that he can save us. And then we will experience the benefits of salvation. As we are required to know him, and as we know him, we will experience the benefits and the joys of his salvation. The fifth reason we can celebrate is because of Christ's universal reign. If you notice here in verses 10 and 11, he says he will proclaim peace to the nations. His rule will extend from sea to sea and from the river to the ends of the earth. It's implying that God's reign will be universal. It's a universal dominion and a universal rule, because he is the one and only true God. And he alone will bring peace to the nations. And he will reign from one edge of the ocean to the next, all around the globe. And he is infinitely good to us. And we are amazingly negligent to not accept his offer. He rules over the universe. He rules from heaven above right now. And if we neglect his offer to be saved and to know him, then we are the negligent ones for not accepting and receiving his salvation. So why do we celebrate? There were 5 reasons. First, we celebrate his arrival with joy because he has come. Second, we celebrate that we belong to the King. Third, we celebrate his character. Fourth, we celebrate his saving mission. And lastly, we celebrate Christ's universal reign. Those are 5 great reasons from Zechariah chapter 9, verses 9 through 10, of why we can celebrate the coming King, Jesus Christ.